game over for the radical Democrats? Perhaps. It's going to be an interesting few years as they try to rebrand their identity. We shall see. It's definitely not a good time for the Democrats. Their approval rating has never historically been lower than it is now. It's a deep identity crisis, and they need new leadership. And ever since the 2024 election, the Democrats have been embroiled in a crisis. They have no message, no leader, no strategy, or it doesn't appear that their strategy is to fight harder or get more extreme. And as we've seen in the recent weeks, all they have to offer the American people at the moment right now is rage and protests. So some people in the media have acknowledged the Democrats have a problem, but it's far worse than anyone is admitting. So the top Democrats tell us their party is in its deepest hole in nearly 50 years, and they fear things could actually get worse. They just mentioned the party has its lowest favorability ever. That's bad. No popular national leader to help improve it. It's basically Crockett, AOC, Bernie Sanders, and Tim Walz. Those are still some of your top people. I believe Pete Buttigieg is still on there as well. Like in a hypothetical race, if this was 2028, who are you going to put out there? You going to bring out Kamala again? Kamala, Walz, Buttigieg? Or are you going to go with the more radical wing? I don't think you put Bernie Sanders on there. My God, he is old enough. So who do they pass the torch to? And it's AOC and the squad. It's a disaster. So they need a new superstar to emerge, and they don't have any. Maybe there's a name, somebody under the radar, somebody who's going to emerge as a rising star from the ashes of the Democratic Party, rising like the phoenix to take over. But I don't know who that is yet. So they've got no popular national leader, insufficient numbers to stop legislation in Congress, dwindling influence over the media ecosystem, as right-leaning podcasters and social media accounts are on the rise, and the Democrats are faltering. The young voters are growing dramatically more conservative. They've got a bad map for the Senate races in 2026. There's going to be Democratic Senate retirements. Could make it harder for the party to flip the House. And there's a lot of people in California even that are leaving the Democratic Party in droves. And they might start looking at alternatives. They might swing back to the right. So it's time to switch things up, and maybe new leaders will emerge. Otherwise, they're going to get stuck with the ones that they have, which doesn't look good. Because now we got AOC. They had a big rally in Denver over the weekend. AOC attempting a strategic move that has America on the edge of its seat as the Democratic Party seeks solution to their identity crisis. In all reality, they're saying AOC and Bernie's anti-oligarch tour drips with irony because twice as many billionaires actually backed Kamala. So they're not the party for the working people anymore. They're a party for the donor class and the globalists and the illegal aliens and extremist radicals. But AOC did a 25-minute speech saying we're not powerless in the moment and we need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us. They've fought pretty hard. It's just that their ideas are horrible. People don't resonate with their messaging anymore. But still, their internal polling shows Democrats largely do support Ocasio-Cortez. Make that make sense. So is it game over? Looks that way. There's no way they can continue to run the same team. So now they're actually going to have to win on ideas and find a proper leader that they can rally around. And I don't think it's going to be Bernie or AOC or Kamala or Tim Walz or Gavin Newsom. I guess I'm going to have to go with Stephen A. Smith. I just don't know if that establishment Democrats are ever going to accept him. That's assuming he would even want to do it anyway. At that point, you already got a cushy job. You can just cover sports. You don't have to get involved in any of that. It's a dangerous game these days. All right, so I think that might be it. It's game over for the current form of the Democrats. Massive identity crisis, and they're going to have massive changes going forward if they're ever going to reach out to common sense Americans ever again.